alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. My name is Zainab Rehan and today I feel honored to speak about a very important and beautiful surah of the Quran, Surah Yasin. Surah Yasin is often called as the heart of the Quran. It holds a special place in the hearts of Muslims around the world. Surah Ar-Rahman is 55th surah in Quran. It has 78 verses and it also called most merciful. This surah speaks about blessing and creations of Allah both in this world hereafter. It is a most beautiful repeat verses. Which of you are favor of your Lord is journey? Again and again, this surah reminds us Allah's mercy and many gifts from Allah, like the sun, the moon, the star, and the sea. Gift of a speech. This surah describes both paradise and hell, showing the reward and for the good and warning. For the warning doors. Many of the people love to recite this surah because beautiful rhythm and powerful meaning. Surah Ar-Rahman teaches us to be grateful to Allah and reflect on His blessing, and to live a good life and return to His mercy. Surah Maryam is the 19th surah of the Holy Quran. It has 19 verses and is named after Maryam al-Islam, the mother of Prophet Isa al-Islam. This surah mentions the beautiful story of Maryam al-Islam, who gave birth to Isa al-Islam by the command of Allah without a father. It also mentions Prophet Zakaria al-Islam and his son Yahya al-Islam. This surah mentions many prophets and how they were faithful and patient on Allah. It teaches faith, purity, and trusting Allah even difficult times. It reminds us Allah's mercy is always near, that He can do anything what seems impossible. Surah Maryam is a surah of hope, belief in Allah's plan. Surah Al-Kahf is the 18th surah in the Quran. It has 110 verses and is named after the cave. This surah tells the story of the people of the cave, a group of young men who believed in Allah and were protected by Him while they slept in the cave for many years. It also includes other powerful stories like the man with two gardens, the story of Musa alayhi salam and Khidr, and the journey of Dhul-Qarnain, a righteous ruler. The Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam encouraged us to recite Surah Al-Kahf every Friday, as it brings light and protection from the trial of Dajjal. Surah Al-Hujurat is the 49th surah in the Quran. It has 18 verses and it also called the Rooms. This surah teaches about good manners, respect, and how to live in a peaceful society. It tells us to respect Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, avoid gossip, and not make fun of others. Surah Al-Hujurat teaches that all people are equal in the sight of Allah.
Surah Al-Ikhlas is one of the most powerful surahs in Quran. It has 4 verses and it is also called the purity or the sincerity. This tells us that Allah is one, He has no children, no parents, and nothing is equal to Him. Surah Al-Ikhlas teaches about Tawheed, which means only believe in one God. This surah reminds us that only believe in Allah with purity and sincerity.
It has 17 verses and it's also called the opening. It teaches Allah, who is the most merciful and the master of the day of judgment. The Surah Yasin called the heart of the Quran. This surah talks about Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam and the day of the judgment. It reminds us Allah's power and the thing of creation all around us. Surah Al-Mulk is the 67th surah in the Quran. It has 30 verses and it also called as the sovereignty or the kingdom. This surah talks about greatness and the power of Allah, who created everything with purpose and perfection. It reminds us Allah controls life and death and that He watches over everything. This surah teaches us to reflect on the creation such as heaven, earth, and all the blessings around us. It also warns those who deny the truth, remind us that the hereafter is real.
In conclusion, all are deep meanings, strong warnings, and beautiful hope. It teaches us to believe in Allah, trust in His plan, and always do good. Let us try to read this surah regularly and understand its meaning and apply its lessons in our lives. Thank you so much for listening. Jazakallah khairan. Assalamu alaikum.